I don't know what that means. Are we starting? Is that what the knock means? All right. What's up, Facebook? We were ready for that. We were surprised. You got your sound on. We're just getting in here. We're having a little bit of fun tonight. You see that just happened? That just happened. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. No, we're just getting in here. We're getting a little bit of a late start. So I'm going to watch this. We got like a 4-second lag on here. It's kind of nice. I hope you guys are having a good night. We're having a little bit of fun. How was your work day, Jamie? You got Jamie Hinckley. So these guys, for those of you guys that don't know, we do like to get local people on here. We do like to get local business owners on here, but when we don't have folks lined up, or Jamie's going to be kind of my co-host, and he runs it when I'm out of town, which is nice. And so, how was your day, Mr. Hinckley?
I had a wonderful day today. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff done.
Good. What did you do?
What did I do? Well, a lot of work for clients. Applications turned in, everything accurate, checked on pending business. The typical good stuff.
Yeah. I know that the weather threw us off a little bit today. We had a couple agents out.
That it did. It threw me off a little bit, too.
Wait.
And a few people I saw in the ditch on the way to work.
Kobe Taylor, dude. Did you see? So, do you know Kobe Taylor? You guys know Kobe Taylor? We got like the crew in here trying to fix everything right now.
Closer to the mic.
So,
Closer to the mic?
Yeah, Kobe Taylor got in a bad accident today, which was horrible. One of my best friends, and he got rear-ended from somebody behind him, and then as he got rear-ended from somebody behind him, he got pushed out into 66, and another car smoked him. It was bad, man. And so he sent me the pictures, and I go, "What are you sending me these from the hospital?" And he goes, "No, like I'm all right. I'm good. I'm a little banged up." And his car was smashed, man. Like, it was bad. And so the weather out there did throw everybody for a loop. But watch the roads. Be careful. It's Michigan, guys. Yesterday it was 45 degrees. Today it was the fucking nightmare. And so, you're going to have that. You got to be expected to it. I was making fun of my S&R guy a little bit today because was your parking lot plowed when you got to work today?
Not at all.
I happen to own that company. I don't know what happened there.
Dropped the ball a little bit. Nobody watched the weather. We just assumed spring was here.
Yeah.
We should all know better.
No, we did assume spring was here, which is fine. So tonight, guys, we got kind of a cool little podcast for you. It's stepping into the unknown. It's about taking steps in life that you've never taken before, and when you have opportunity in front of you, actually capitalizing on the fucking opportunity, not just like I wish I had, right? And it's like winning the lotto. But so I had an interesting week, though. I want to touch on my week. The week in general, not so much, but yesterday I get home and we had a fish tank. It's just a little story that turned into a clusterfuck. We had a fish tank. We had a 50-gallon fish tank for, 2 years. And I always thought, like in the summertime, that fish tanks evaporated, like the water level goes down. And it does, but it doesn't go down like drastically. And so what happened is the water would go down every month and I would fill it back up. And it would go down every month and I would fill it back up. And I'm like, damn, dude, like it must be really hot in here. And our fish tank was leaking. So Sarah, my cousin, take accountability, Abby. Shut up. No, that's true. We are big on taking accountability. S&R should have plowed that lot today. I'm just joking. They should have. They should have, for real. I was really disappointed in them. But my cousin Sarah, I think we gave the fish tank to her not knowing there was an issue. We moved the fish tank out, and after we moved the fish tank out, we instantly put our table where the fish tank was. So we never knew that there was a bad spot in our floor. Well, 2 days ago, we moved the table out because we've had company coming over and hanging out, and my fat ass almost fell through the floor. It's bad, and it's not bad in like one or two spots. It's bad in a lot of spots, and so we had a contractor come in. My good buddy Rick Baker does phenomenal work, and he told us what was wrong with it, and then I was taking the trim off. I'm not handy, right? I do investments. I do business startup. I don't do manual labor, relatively speaking, ever. And so, you know this.
I know this.
So, we have, I go to take the trim off, and as I'm taking the trim off, I completely destroy the wallpaper, the paint, all of it. And so we turned it into an absolute mess. I wish I would have got these guys the picture sooner because we could have actually put them up so you see them. But we started tearing the paint down off the walls, and then that turned into tearing the floor up, and then that turned into removing all the wallpaper, and then that turned into cutting big ass holes in my floor for what was rotted out. It is a mess at my house right now, and so we're repriming our. It's like a dining room slash. It's a dining room. There's a fireplace in it. It's a fancy dining room in a modular home. Don't think I live big and large, guys. I don't. I'm building nice. I live.
You're doing fine. You're doing just fine.
I live trailer park rich.
So what you're saying is 10x your home renovation.
No, don't get in over your head is what I'm saying. Don't get in over your head. Hire that shit out. But anyway, so our room's absolutely destroyed right now. But it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad we're doing it. Mike Escalera, he was on the podcast with us last week. Big shout out to him. Come over and helped us. My administrator, Jen, she come in and helped us. I literally took pictures and posted them on Facebook to act like I was working. I didn't do shit.
Well, at least you're a big enough man to admit it.
I know it. So, and then another thing, Jamie actually was talking to me about this a little bit, is that we, over the weekend, we picked up a little company, just a little baby company, but a good company with the Bounce House Rentals. We had some local folks in the area, Ryan Brown and his wife, Brandy Brown, amazing people. And we picked up their bounce house company that they had. Super happy to do that. I see a lot of potential for it in the area. And Jamie's got the movie theater industry on lock. And like what I like to say, we rented. Well, we never. Did I rent it from you? I think I threw you like $100 for setting it up or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Jamie's got this massive, like colossal fucking movie theater.
It's only
set
like
up.
300 inches.
It's only like 300 inches, which is like 30 foot. I'm not good with math. It's like 25 foot.
About 10 by 20 for just the screen.
Okay, so 10 by 20. We set it up. We had the Mayweather fights out there just recently. Well, I say just recently, just this fall. And so we were thinking about collaging a little bit together. We looked at a couple of blow-up things going back and forth. But anyways, the bounce houses, they're going to do great. They already had a good reputation coming in. And how could we add to that, right? Tents.
Well, right. There's a million different ways we can go about this. It could be comprehensive entertainment rental and business. You know, we could rent out the screen. We could rent out game systems to go along with it. You know, I mean, you could do just about anything.
We played
in a Rock Band on a 300-inch screen.
That's what I was gonna say. We played Call of Duty on there. It was badass, dude. Like out in the middle of my yard, my neighbors were like peeking over my privacy fence, like, "What are they doing over there?" You know what I mean? 300-inch screen. It was a lot of fun, and we were. We actually have local people reaching out to you now about renting it, and you've had the idea for a while.
I have, and it's such a fledgling idea that they came at me with this, and I just was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to tell them. So it's commit first and think about the details later, right?
Oh, I wish I could tell them I taught them that, but we read it in the old 10X, and we live hard on that. Super nerds. Thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. Rent blow-up dolls, Ryan Brown says. You know what? I bet you I don't want to say that. I was going to say in Cadillac, that'd probably be a huge market. What? That's mean. That's mean. No, we're not going to rent blow-up dolls, Ryan. Jesus. Ridiculous.
Well, I mean, what would it really cost to keep them in inventory, you know? I mean...
We're business people. We'll rent anything. It doesn't, you know what I mean? What do you want? I'll rent you my Escalade if you pay enough for the weekend. So...
Would you, though?
No, I won't. I'm lying to you. So, anyways, this we're going to a cool little business opportunity we had this week to work with Ryan and his wife to pick that up. Same prices, same service. I'm going to plug it a little bit. We don't got a name for it yet. Our S&R guys are going to help us with it. We do plan on, no matter what, hooking up with Jamie a little bit and doing the movie stuff as well. You know, we've been dicking around talking about it, but the industry's there, and so we're gonna get some tents and stuff, and we'll make it into its own thing. I said I was gonna use it for like a sub of S&R, but the more I talk about it, it's gonna be its own entity.
It's gonna have to be. I mean, it's gonna grow into a monster just like any good business does.
Yeah. Well, any good business. A lot of good business stays small. I know a lady right now. I met her the other day. She's a one-person operation. She does internet sales, and she does about $100,000 a month in internet sales. And she doesn't know. Here's what's amazing about her. All right, I can't tell you her name because I didn't ask to tell her about her information. But she knows nothing about internet sales whatsoever. She started with a company. I think I can name drop them. Hopefully, it doesn't really matter. I'd probably give them some advertising called Six Figure Mentors. She got in with Six Figure Mentors, and then after she was in with Six Figure Mentors, she realized that wasn't exactly the way she wanted to go. It was like an affiliate marketing program. So she bought, we've been talking about this a lot, ClickFunnels, And she's now doing $100,000 a month by herself out of like a room this size. For you guys that aren't here, it's not. It's like a decent sized room, but it's not a monster room. And so all of it doing $100,000 a month in sales and never touching product. For somebody that doesn't know the industry, and she's in her 40s.
That's phenomenal.
That's insane. And she's done it in like 2.5 years. And so that is...
Well, that still counts as massive growth and turning your business into a monster. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to mean you have 1 million employees or different locations.
That's true. 100% true.
That growth is amazing.
Yeah, 100% true. You don't have to have the big colossal buildings with the franchise tags or anything like that. And so...
You know what that all screams to me is overhead.
I agree with you. I like having a good team of people around me, though, because like if I have a good idea and I don't got time to push it, I'd be like, Jamie, dude, run with this idea.
That's a good point.
See?
It's nice to have a support group.
It's nice to have a support group. But I don't need 900 McDonald's employees either.
You have to be choosy with your support group.
I know it. So, guys, we're going to talk a little bit tonight about stepping out of your comfort zone or stepping into the unknown. And so touching on that is what I'm talking about with Jamie about doing a little bit of the movie stuff, renting out cinema. What would you call it? Like theaters, right? You almost rent out a
Essentially,
theater.
it's a backyard theater. I mean, and we can do different venue sizes. We could do, I mean, even in the wintertime, if we had a place to set up indoors, we could do events, speaking events.
Yeah, I'll build it.
We could do, man, I mean, we can sit here and brainstorm all night. There's a billion things we could do with this.
That's another cool point, too. I got to write down notes to make sure I come back to stuff. But the other day, brainstorming is really important. Getting around like-minded people is really important. The other night, we had dinner with Pierre. I think we told you a little bit about this, about the client portal that we're getting ready to launch.
Yeah.
Right. So we've come up with this client portal. Pierre's been working on it for a while, but he was thinking about it for him and his business and what he's doing. And we took that and we're like, let's scale this. Let's do more. Let's bring more to it. Let's blow it the fuck up. And in a 2-hour dinner, we took it from an idea or a concept that he's using for his company to on paper, which is easy to write down. You know what I mean? Like a $20,000 a month company. It just has to do with getting around the right people, man. Too many times you get around people and you start talking about your ideas. And this is kind of beating a dead horse. We talk about this every week, but I want it to be a reminder for you. I want it to, like, if you forget throughout the week that you shouldn't hang out with your fucking loser friends and go to the bar every single night, which we're getting ready to do after we leave here.
Well, it's not every night, though.
But it's not every night. It's very, very, very few and far between. We're just going to grab dinner with some workmates.
We love our loser friends, though.
Right. So we do. But to get out of that realm, to get out of that mindset, because I want this to, even though it sounds redundant, guys, Tony Robbins, bear with me with my eyes closed. I look probably ridiculous. But you like that there?
That was good.
Yeah, I look probably ridiculous. But I was in deep in thought. With Tony Robbins, he talks about on there, not Tony Robbins. I almost quoted the wrong person. Relentless. Tim Grover. Yes. Tim Grover. He talks about no human ever learns a new skill. Ever. They form a new habit. And without repetitive action of that habit, right? Without days and days and days of doing that habit, you can lose it very, very quickly. And when you stop practicing those skills, you can easily fall back into the person that you were, right? So like the Ryan 5 years ago, I'm getting way off tangent, but I've had a couple beers and it's a good topic, and so it's all right. The Ryan, 5-6 years ago, prior to kids, that was a complete animal, partying, doing dumb shit. Like that Ryan's still in me, that Ryan's still there, but I put good practices in place every single day, and I review those practices every single week in order to maintain a positive flow, in order to maintain a positive future. And if I stop doing these actions every day, it would be like, here's the thing, is like a lot of people would probably be like, damn, Ryan failed. That sucks. But like, if I stop doing what I was doing today, I give it 6 months to a year and I'm broke. Bankrupt, no companies, because of losing that, what I put in place every day to be like mentally on cue, right? You ever have really shitty days and you're like, man, it is like, is this worth what the fuck I'm doing? Is this worth like the grind? Is this worth the hard work? Is it worth it? You ever have those days? Would it be easier back at my old job?
I guess every once in a great while, you'll have that kind of day where nothing's going your way. And yeah, I could say that it probably would be easy to go back to your typical 9-to-5 job where you can just shut your brain off, make widgets all day, and just be there and get a paycheck.
Right.
But where's the satisfaction? How are you going to prosper doing that?
Right. I agree.
So those thoughts are very fleeting. They don't last long.
But you have them.
Yes, I mean,
but you have them, right? You have them, and the point is not only just to have them, but to recognize them. You're getting some love on here. Joseph is just saying on here, "You're the man." He's the only reason he tuned in, dude. Listen,
hey Joey, love you, buddy. I don't think I've ever called him Joey ever.
I know that sounded a little feminine there.
Hi, everybody.
All right, so we're just having a little bit of fun, guys. But the point is that if you get off track, you get off kilter, it's easy to lose that mindset. And we've seen people actually with Keystone that have gone down that path and that haven't checked their mindset, and it pulls them off track, right? And it pulls them into a completely other direction before you realize that actually you could be in fucking way out in left field and you thought you were the pitcher. You get what I'm saying? Is that a good analogy or no?
Yeah,
it might have been a shitty analogy. Right.
Sometimes it can be hard to realize when you're getting off track, and
you
don't realize it until there's this massive problem that's developed, and you either need to have a good support group to help you get back in line and back moving toward your goals, or you have to be a strong enough person to do it yourself.
Yeah. And so, stepping into the unknown, it can happen at all different levels. I'm going to touch on this. This is kind of a half-ass. What's up, Ashley? I love you. This is live. Good to see you. This is my little sister on here. She's crazy. She's a vegan. I don't know how she does it. It's like religion. I don't mean to pick on you on live,
I ate
Ashley.
like 3 animals on my way over here.
That's mean. Anyways, how's my nephew doing? I miss you guys. You guys need to come over. I'm glad she tuned in. Actually, I'll have Ashley on here one time because Ashley, my sister, dude, this is dope. I just thought about this on a whim. I pick on Ashley a lot because, dude, I think it's crazy. It's like a cult, veganism, in my opinion. Don't hate me. All right, it's just weird. You don't eat chicken. You don't eat like eggs from the chicken. I don't get
animal based
right
whatsoever.
I don't get it. But dude, she's fucking evangelical about her cause, right? She is sold. She's committed to it. She's like, there's no other way, but that's the way. And she knows that she's doing the right things. I heard that. I love you. I heard that she's going to start working at Third Day Farm. She talks about Third Day Farm all the time, right? If you continue, she's building a rep in her community with a bunch of crazies that only eat salads. I'm picking on you, but she's building a rep in her community that people know who she is. People know what she's doing. People recognize her, and she goes to all these food markets and things. It doesn't have to be in just sales. It doesn't have to be in just, I don't want to say business because this is her business too, but it doesn't have to be in just a dollar environment, right? She's doing something that brings no tangible money. She sells I don't want to say groceries, vegetables, but she believes in veganism, it makes you better. She goes you know what I mean? Your blood pressure's high, why don't you eat some salad? But there's no real tangible dollars that come from it, and she's sold on it.
She's purpose.
It's a right. And so that's how I'm going to Ashley on here one time because to have that mindset, I have it in a different structure. I never realized this before. There's a bonding moment. You're seeing it live, but I've never thought about this before. But I'm fucking sold on what I'm doing. Right? Ashley makes fun of me. Actually, she says you're a big fish in a little pond. I don't think she realized that hurts. That hurts. But anyways, being sold on what you're doing, right? Being sold on helping people, being I think we touched on it last week. We might not have. Did you watch last week's podcast? Mm-hmm. Being evangelical about what you do. I talked about it in the meeting, right? In our meeting, it's not religion, guys, but you believe in it in so much that people could tell you that they think it is your religion. Business could be my religion. My sister doing her shit, could be her religion. And so you, back in the day, or not even back in the day, I want to say back in the movies. I see your reviews on movies all the time, right? You love movies. That could be your religion. You could just love movies. So eventually you could be down the line. I'm there was a gentleman that was on the 10X Growth Con. I wish you could have been there. You'll be there next year, though. I know you will. That talked about he shoots for the stars, the skies. You do Keystone now, but you love fucking movies, and in 10 years you could be directing movies.
That would be interesting,
right? But see what I mean? That would be dope. You love movies. You could do that, right? You could still pedal Keystone on the side and make movies on the side as well. You and Rob, actually, I see it when you guys talk. when you and Rob talk about making movies or ideas about movies, you guys light the fuck up.
Oh man, we both have a distinct love of movies.
That's what I'm saying, guys. And so you got to find what you're evangelical about. You got to find what you fucking love, and you don't got to turn into a crazy ass Nazi about it, but live with purpose, right? Just do it like every single day. There's no question. You know what I'm trying to do. No question at all, right? You ever like, I don't know. I'd have to ask somebody that didn't like know me other than just the podcast. But there's never a time that I'm on Facebook. There's never a time that I'm in person. You see me every day. So there might be some times, but that I'm not pushing towards what I'm talking about, right? Like what you see here is what you see everywhere we go. The swearing, the booze. Well, I don't drink it that much. I say the booze. It makes
You're
it
an
like
open book.
Right, I'm an open book, right? And then the motivation's there as well. And so, Jamie, say something. Oh, they're picking on you. I talk too much, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm just the co-host here,
But it was a good point, wasn't it? It was a good. Find something you're evangelical about. Abby, here's a good point. I'll pick you out, dude. I'm on the spot. We'll fly with this shit. Abby loves dogs. Abby loves dogs so much that my dog, we're pretty sure, got poisoned today. Touchy subject because I'm frustrated about it. But Abby went to my house, helped my wife with the dog, and the dog's now at the vet. And I hope everything pans out okay. But like Abby's fucking love, Abby's niche, what Abby could be evangelical about, right, is dogs, is animals. She loves training animals. She mentions trying to train police dogs and stuff. If you find what you fucking love in life, dude, you got to run for it. Don't sit back and do this 9 to 5 grind shit on some bullshit, right? We do what we love with Keystone, but there's more to life than Keystone, right? Keystone's our stepping stool. And I hate to say that. That sounds rough, right? We're going to, like, we love our clients. We're going to take care of our clients. But Keystone is kind of our stepping stool.
But it doesn't mean we ever have to leave it either.
No, I'll never leave Keystone. I'll never leave Keystone.
Just like you've been doing all this time, we're just branching out, finding other avenues, and you have all this passion and all this drive. It's got to go somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
thank you, Abby. See, I'll pick on you too. Comment on here. Guys, if you're watching this, I appreciate the guys that are on here. Make sure you share it. Make sure if you have questions, give us some love on here. We want to answer any questions you guys have, and we also want to get the message out. A couple things with the podcast. I'm trying to get Ryan Brown on here next Tuesday. So Ryan Brown, I know you're on here. If you guys want to see Ryan Brown on here, make sure you let him know. He's a busy guy, and he's got a lot of drive too, and so I do want to get him on here. Also, we are going to make the switch. We're going to stay on Tuesdays. Rob's been on my ass about switching to YouTube, right? Is that so? He wants me to switch to YouTube, and then we'll put a link on Facebook to have you guys follow it, and then you guys can subscribe to Paradigm Shift and watch us via YouTube. Now, the point in that is that you can get more followers on YouTube, I guess, and you can ask for advertising at some point. It's not about the money. I don't even fucking care. But you can build a bigger following on YouTube in the base that YouTube's created. Am I correct on that? And quality. Oh, and the quality. The quality will be much better. The sound should be better. Yes. The picture should be better. I like doing live with you guys because I can talk to you, because I can interact with you. Twitch, yes, we will be on Twitch as well, right? That Twitch has come up a bunch of times. But I like doing this because I can see you guys. I look at my phone a lot as comments are coming in. I can see who's on, who's watching. I can say, like, what's up, Christopher? Thanks for jumping on. Chris is the manager of O'Reilly's, helps us out a ton with Next Level. But so we can acknowledge that. I don't know that we can do that with YouTube. We can do that with YouTube. This is how behind the times I am. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. And so we're going to be making a shift is the point. A paradigm shift. Ooh. Anyway, so we're going to be making a shift to YouTube, and there will be links on Facebook. Is this correct? Links on Facebook to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And Ashley says you can do YouTube Live as well. Ashley, I don't know anything about YouTube. I barely know Facebook Live, and so we're going to work on it.
All you're going to have to know is you talk into this and look at that.
But I just want the interaction.
These guys have got your back on everything. Well, you'll have the interaction because you do the same thing on YouTube.
I just love talking to you guys.
I think the interaction is important. I love it when they kick us some questions and it helps keep things lively and a little. It's It reminds me a little bit of an old school talk show where instead of having people call in physically, we just have the questions right there in front.
Dude, call the fuck in. Call in. You want to call in? I don't give a shit, dude.
Let's take a live question.
You call my phone with some questions, I'll answer that bitch right now. I don't even give a shit. You better put it on here that you're calling in. I might scroll up though if you don't. But I think that, you know what I mean, I'm not afraid of any of that. I think that'll make the show more interesting. The problem that we have with the not so much with the show, I don't want to say that, is that we're talking to a very, very small niche of people. What I love is that we're talking to local people, right? So we're talking to local people. We will blow up. We'll be bigger. That's not a question. We'll do that. But it takes time, right? 2-3 years of doing this. But Joe Rogan's been doing his podcast for 8-9 years. And he's massive now. He's colossal. But it has to start somewhere, right? And you have to know what you want to achieve to keep doing it. And so
I think we have good messages on here.
Wonderful messages.
And even, I mean, and you say we're kind of setting this niche where with like-minded people are going to tune in. It's my hope that people who aren't so like-minded might tune in and
I agree. Dude, I agree 100%. Like, I hope the point of this, guys, is that it's not about branding, you know, what I'm doing. It's not about branding what Jamie's doing. I hope you guys find some value on some level that you absolutely eat this the fuck up and you say, man, like that helped me, or that, yeah, I don't fucking know. And it gave you value. How about that? It gave you value because I had somebody message me on Facebook the other day. This is pretty good. And there's no bad, I won't drop any names, but I thought it was funny that they were like, hey, Ryan, there's a friend of mine. Like an actual, like it'd be like you almost, right? Hey, Ryan, I love you. You're a good guy. I miss the old Ryan. I have to delete you off Facebook. I can't fucking take any more of your motivation. And I was just like, all right, dude, I'm doing something right. When people start deleting me off Facebook because I'm sending such a positive message, fucking delete me, dude. Because I'm going to keep maxing it out every day, right?
Well, and it's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to hear about it, you know?
That's it too. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Some people like to, and this is, I'm not trying to be mean, right? But it's the reality. Some people are just the victims of their own reality, right? Some people are their own worst enemy. Like, I don't want to talk about that person. I have somebody in mind that's their own worst enemy that I think is a good learning experience. I'll have them on the podcast one day to talk about it. Thanks, Ashley. I appreciate you. Love the motivation. We're gonna keep going, dude. We're gonna keep grinding on it. You got a phone call coming over there? Somebody wants to
No.
I'm just picking.
I would have taken it.
I would have taken it. Somebody's gonna ask some stupid question though when if we ever get a phone call live. We're not pushing for that right now, guys. Don't get too excited. But eventually, you know what I mean. Like, I hear some of Grant Cardone's call-ins that he gets, and those people, like, they don't think about their questions before they're asked them.
Well,
is that a nice way to say it? Like, they sound fucking stupid.
That's a less nice way to say it.
Right.
But I can't say it's not accurate. And I know with some people who do those kind of things, they have a screening process. The caller will talk to a producer ahead of time and pose their question, and then they'll decide if they want it on the air or not. That might not be a terrible idea. Not that we're really there yet.
No, we're just little guys. We're just little guys having fun, right? And Jamie, I'm lucky Jamie has the same passion as I do. He's grown.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely agree with that.
He was not this passionate before, just in case anybody was curious.
I tend more to the side of cynicism.
He almost was like the guy that messaged me the other day on Facebook, told me to shove my passion up my ass. And that was Jamie when I first met him.
I'm not typically that rude about things.
He said it
nicely.
nicely.
Something that somebody loves and wants to do, like, I'm never gonna knock it necessarily. I mean, I'll tell you, maybe just quiet down a little bit once in a while.
It ain't
gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen, dude. It ain't gonna happen. That's what, like, I could go on forever about it. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Every person here could delete me off Facebook, and I'll find 5,000 new people to annoy. That's fine. I'm gonna touch. It's the one person. Listen, here's what's dope. Right? We have people locally. So I don't do as many as the live. I don't do as many as the live videos as I used to do because of this stream on money, motivation, and business. And we did a lot of live videos before. I have to start doing those again. But we had tons of people reaching out to us, not only on Paradigm Shift, but on my personal Ryan Kelly motivation page, telling us like the issues, like something we touched on actually resonated with them, helped them get through something. They loved the videos, like. And we probably, and I'm not boasting. It's nice. It's the reason we continue to do this. If we didn't get love, support, and we actually got to help people, we wouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? To hear ourselves talk, it's nice. You know what I mean? I look pretty on camera.
It's debatable.
Right? No one says anything. But the reason is because there's somebody out there that we drop a message on, whether it's blunt, because very blunt. He's like my buffer, but I'm very, very blunt. And or not, that it's going to resonate with somebody and somebody's really going to enjoy it. And so did you have something you wanted to mention? It looked like you did.
Oh, all I wanted to say, I just wanted to respond to Joe Gossel. The main focus of our stream here is life, money, motivation, business.
Yeah.
It's pretty much anything that goes along with that. And, I mean, we're having a good time, too, really.
Yeah, that's part two. Joseph, I appreciate you asking that, man. The main focus is just to reach out to other like-minded people. So here's my thought process on this. And Jamie and I share this same passion, is that you can turn on the news. So what is it right now? Like it's 7:30, right? You can turn on your local news. It's 7:30 our time. You can turn on local news and you can see all the same like negative bullshit every single day of the week. I get that schools get shut up, guys. My heart goes out to those people. I get that people get robbed. My heart goes out to those people. I get that people pass away. My heart goes out to those people. But I also get that there's a lot of bullshit out there, right? A lot of negative content. And so I'm not presenting. Grant Cardone does something called the Grant Rant, where he takes the news, the negative news, and he twists it and portray it on a life lesson. It's dope. We've been doing a lot with it, but I want to just give you guys some insight on business. Like, obviously money, motivation is our theme, but to give you guys a little pep. Like, if I can give you a tiny pep in your step, if I can give you a tiny bit of motivation, that's all we're looking for, man. We're just looking to help the people that's out there. Like, we do the podcast. It's a lot of fun. Dude, Jamie gets this shit beat into him 24/7, 365, as long as he's around me, right? As long as he's around me. And it's so much now, they say after 67 days, it becomes like embedded. Like, it's like a thing, right? It could be, you could say after 67 days of doing something all the time, it's like embedded in your DNA, right? Dude, Jamie's right there. I walk like Jamie sometimes. I'll be in my office on a conference call, and I'll walk out and I'll like listen. I won't come out, and I'll hear Jamie like spitting some motivation on our agents, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, because 2 years ago that wasn't Jamie. Jamie was like, I actually remember a meeting where Jamie's like, Ryan, listen, my goal's not that big because I'm a realist. And I'm like, oh, fucking fire this guy. And now, you know, I mean, now he's running my Cadillac branch. Now he's second command for you know, me on Keystone, and you know, his future's insane. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, he's my sidekick. No, that's not it at all, dude. It was a choice. You could have left at any fucking time.
I want a green mask.
I want a green mask. All right. See, that's what we do. Batman, Robin. Of course.
I'm Batman. I'm excited to do it.
But we have a little bit of fun. We got some love on here. What did I say? Ashley says, fuck the news. I'm reading your comment, Christopher. Did you read Christopher's comment already?
Yes, I did.
All right.
And you know what? That is a huge hurdle. Getting people to overcome their own insecurities and their personal mental blocks that stops them from achieving what they want to do. Or, I mean, it doesn't even have to be, go start a business or anything like that, but even just to ask for a raise or work for a promotion. Some people will stay in a comfortable niche because they're too afraid to make that jump. Yeah,
and so I have to. It's a different mindset, Chris. You got a good mindset. I know Chris pretty well now. It's different when you work for a corporation, right? So Chris is the general manager of O'Reilly's. Does a phenomenal job at it. Great guy. You have to do what's in the best interest of the corporation. And it depends on those corporations' values. Because I can tell you right now that if somebody, I'm not going to say their biggest struggle, but let's say somebody was just limited, right? Let's say somebody come into Keystone and they didn't have the right mindset. Not only did they not have the right mindset, but at the very, very same time, they were unwilling to change their mindset. They weren't open-minded. What happens to them?
Well, it's never an easy decision to let somebody go or to not bring someone on board. But if you're an immovable object and you're not willing to mold and change a little bit, there's not much we can do with that.
There's not, guys. And so I tell Jamie this all the time. It's amazing. Jamie, he did an interview today. He did 7 interviews today. He did one interview today, and I said, Jamie, I'm going to be dead honest with you. I probably wouldn't have gave them an opportunity with our company, right?
Yeah.
And Jamie goes, well, you were actually the person to tell me that everybody deserves an opportunity no matter who they are. And that's where I get off of my mindset a little bit because I haven't done it in a while. And I'm like, and that's why you're fucking doing this. That's why you're running our shit now. It's not because I don't want to run them. It's because my mindset isn't as good as it was with some points, right? Like everybody does deserve an opportunity. And I walked in and I listened to the interview for a minute and I kind of judged the book by its cover. And Jamie still offered them the position, which is great. I think it's good. And Jamie had to tell me like why I would have hired them the position back in the day and to fucking don't judge a book by its cover. And sometimes it takes a little bit of dose of your own medicine or a little bit of dose of what I told Jamie before and him teaching me my own shit to keep you checked. Right?
That's one thing I love to do. It's throw things back in people's faces. So that was a win.
It absolutely does. So, but Christopher, I'm beating around the bush here. I'm beating around the bush. What I'm talking about, Christopher, is that I think that we would have a really hard time keeping those people on board. But the problem that you're in, I don't want to say problem, the situation that you're in is that you work for a corporation, and so you have to do what's in the best interest of the corporation. So me, being the entrepreneur that I am, with your skill set, I'm not telling you to do this, but like, I'd probably stop working for a corporation and start my own company with amazing people that know the industry and build something phenomenal with the local business owners that I've made a good relationship with. I don't want to like. It's challenging, right? There's money, there's business, there's connections. I get all of it, but the other point is that either that or you have to work with. Here's the thing too. Grant Cardone talks about this a lot. I want you to read those comments that are coming in because I haven't got to read all of them. We're hiring from a broken planet, guys. We really are. Grant Cardone talks about this all the time. It has never made more sense to me than it does now. Like, we're trying to bring people on, and we're trying to build our companies, and we're trying to build customer service, and we're trying to do better for people, and we're hiring from a broken planet. We're hiring from people that have felonies. Felonies happen, guys. I get shit happens, but we're hiring from people that have felonies, people that have lack of motivation, people that don't have their priorities right, people that haven't made real bad mistakes and now they're trying to come back. And so you have to keep that in mind as well, because that is a very, very challenging thing to overcome. That's a very challenging thing to try to see past, right? I don't believe this, what Grant says. Grant says, I never talk to anybody that hasn't been with me for a certain period of time because I don't know that they're going to make it. Why would I waste my breath on somebody that's not going to make it? And listen, Grant, I love you. I listen to you a lot. I think that's fucking bullshit. Right? I care about I don't care how big I get. Like, I joke about Ryan Kelly Industries. We own, 9 companies, going on 10 companies. And I care about every single person that I have hired for me. We have 30, 40 employees all together with all the companies. I care about every single person I have hired for me, and I don't only see the person. I see the bills. I see their family. I see their struggles. I see what they're going through, and I push to do better in business for them and their families, right? And I believe in the long run, this is gonna be bold as fuck, I'll be more successful than Grant because of it, right? I'll be more successful than a lot of people because of it, is that I'm always putting the people in front of me first. And I get that you have a core team, right? You can batter this and say, I have a core team, I have a core team, I have a core team, and people have to weed in, weed out. That's fine. Jamie's part of my core team, right? And people do weed in and weed out. That's life. That's a grand scheme of things. But I don't not care about them because they're just a part-time in my life, right? Because you never know that one person. Like, we fired myself the other day, right? We fired a younger version of me the other day. Jacob Brew, we had to let him go, right? I'm sorry to drop your name on here, Jake. We had to fire Jake Brew the other day because it was consistent problem over after, time after time after time after time. And it sucked firing him because I literally, every time I talked with him, I literally saw my fucking self. What up, Abby? What's up? So I literally saw myself all the time. And so I told Jamie, so we let him go. And I said, man, we literally fired a 19-year-old fucking Ryan. Jared Stark. Look, we got the group up in this motherfucker.
That's the thing too, is that one hurt me a lot.
Yeah, no, it sucked, dude. It sucked.
Because we poured a lot into Jake and really wanted to see him succeed. And there's nothing saying he's such a young guy. I'm sure he'll get everything straightened up and he'll be flying high in no time.
Brew like coffee.
Oh man. I do miss hearing that over the phone over and over again. But it's the way it is. It wasn't a great fit at the time, so we just have to push forward.
It is. Yeah, no, I get it, man. It's life. So I'm going to drop this. I don't know how long we've been going. We've been going about 45 minutes now. So we are going along. But I haven't even got my main point across. We haven't touched my main point. We haven't even touched it yet, right? We haven't even touched it yet. Do me a favor. Read Chris's comment on here for a second. So I want to get into what we're talking. We're having fun. When I get off on a point, though, when I get off on a little bit of a rant, dude, I'm not going to stop for nothing, right? I'll keep this podcast going for 18 hours. And so... But challenge accepted, he says. But here's the thing. So getting into new territory, I recently come up in a position. I'm not calling anybody out by name. They're super famous, okay, in the social media market. I've reached out to them probably 45 fucking times now. And we're getting ready to launch a platform that is going to generate... I'm going to tell you in the first year, about $400,000 in income a month. Not a year, all right? You listen to me? $400,000 in income a month. And they are scared to take the opportunity. They're scared to take the opportunity, all right? Now, I get that's a lot of money. I get that that's crazy. I get that is numbers that are fucking unheard of. Maybe not unheard of, but like kind of unheard of. But what I'm getting at, guys, is that most people wait their entire lives for an opportunity or for something, right? Most people say that I want this, I want this, I want this, I want to do more, I want to do this. But at the end of the day, they do literally fucking nothing to better their situation. Most people want things to happen to them. And so when we presented an opportunity that was absolutely amazing, absolutely mind-blowing, the person didn't take advantage of it.
People are cynical. I mean,
that pissed me off.
I understand that. You're the one putting the idea together, structuring everything.
No, we'll find somebody. We'll find somebody.
Well, but I mean, you present it to someone, and it sounds like this too good to be true. Only recruit 20 people underneath you, and they'll recruit 20 people. Just kidding, but it sounds too good to be true, and that's what makes people shy away. They think there's no possible way that this opportunity exists. And,
right.
I mean, you can show them all the raw data that you want, and some people you're just going to have a hard time swaying. It is a cynical world, and coming from a cynic.
I agree.
Super cynic.
What did Chris say?
At least I don't want a business farmer.
Did you go over Chris's comment? Business farmer. I thought that was good. I thought that was good.
I looked at Chris's comment here. So he says, with a corporation, he understands that we have certain things to follow and people to address, but overall, there's no official right or wrong. There's a ton of gray areas, which is what makes us all. If it makes money, keeps customers, and everybody is happy at the end of the day, it makes sense, but it's finding that niche to help release that aggression in people that it's a fun challenge to bring out of people.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that.
He'd be a storyteller. You read that perfect.
No, he is good at reading. So here's the thing: is like you realize, Abby, why didn't I not read that story out loud to everybody?
I'm a good reader.
Because you're dyslexic and special, illiterate.
That's mean, isn't it, dude? That's fierce. It's true. It's all right. I pick on myself a lot for it. Ashley, just so you know, these podcasts normally go about 45 minutes. We're going a little bit long tonight, but we're having a little bit of fun. Abby's just talking shit. Abby's sitting here right now with me. And so
Abby's never not talking shit.
Abby's always talking shit, dude. So nice. Always talking shit. And so
that's your shade game.
Yeah. Dude, I do need an auditorium. A big fucking auditorium. Like when
yeah, so you can fit in there.
Well, ooh. So when we were talking about 10X and he goes, you want to speak on a stage in front of 9,000 people? I said, shit, dude, I'm going to speak on a stage in front of fucking 90,000 people. Right? Eventually.
30 different TV networks.
Yeah, dude. I don't even care, man. Like my purpose is so strong. I know what the end result is. And if you have an end result, it empowers you. It gets you rocking and rolling. So the thing is, guys, and I'm like going into the unknown is you're going to have an opportunity in life. This is the example I'm going to give you. I'm not that religious. All right, you know that.
You're not.
Jamie's not that religious, correct?
Not even a little.
Okay, so, but there was a point that I heard, and I want to say it was from either Les Brown or Earl Nightingale, which I love Earl Nightingale, that they said that if you want an opportunity in life and you ask God for an opportunity in life, God doesn't give you the opportunity. God doesn't present something in front of you. God makes the things align for you to make the choices in order to achieve the opportunity. It is your choice to get the opportunity. He doesn't give you shit. He allows you to make a certain series of decisions, and as you make the decisions, the opportunity becomes available to you. That's the problem with shit, dude. And I'm not that religious, but that's fucking life on a very small scale. A lot of people have way more potential and way more opportunity than they can ever fucking imagine. Small example. Come to Keystone. Watch how it changes your fucking life. But not only personally, professionally, business, all of it. But people are scared to jump. People are scared to take that leap of faith. They're scared to get out of their fucking comfort zone, which we preach all the time.
Yeah, about every week we talk about the comfort zone, and
Somebody goes,
it's worth repeating. It really is, because that's the most important thing. That's all you need to do is take that first step. And while it's the first little baby step in the process, it's also the biggest one. It's the most important. If you never try to reach that jumping off point, you're just going to stay in that funk.
That's it. And I had somebody reach out to me the other day on Facebook. This is good. I like these guys. So I have haters, guys, all over the fucking place.
No.
No, not you. And he goes, Ryan, no one gives a fuck about your feelings, faggot. And that's what he wrote me. And so I said, well, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. And I acknowledge that you don't care for my message. But somebody does, right? Les Brown. That's
That's just it. Everybody out here can tell you to go fuck yourself, but one person might have their ears pricked and ready to take that step.
Yeah, it is. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll wrap this up for tonight. I know we didn't hit big on our point, but we talked about a lot of things all around the thing. Well, this is what happens every week, right? What do we give a topic, and then we put the topic on there. I touch on the topic at the end of it for about 3 seconds, and then the rest of the time we just talk
Jamie
about.
and I did fine.
Well, but you and Jamie didn't go live, so it doesn't matter.
We partially.
It's not for our lack of fucking trying.
No, I know.
Thanks, Charlie.
But we got it fixed now. So, and you'll see Abby back on here. You'll see Meeker on here soon. You'll see Jared on here. Ryan Brown. You'll see Ryan Brown on here. But guys, we're going to sign off for the night. I hope you found value tonight. I hope if I come across too intense, too aggressive, good. You know what I mean? I'm not changing fucking anything. Ryan said the other night, people think you're pretty intense. And I was like, and that like, dude, if you think this is intense on the podcast, you should fucking.
Man, this is relaxed.
You should be around me in person.
Office.
Yeah, you should be in my office. But, all right, guys, have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Hasta mañana.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Next Tuesday, 7.